good overall. Good. Now around the same time they found Cisco, they found his buddy Reyes. He's working in the back there with Sarah. Saying hello to everyone. Now Reyes is a year younger. He is 11 years old. He was also a rescue that found around the same time as Cisco. Good, showing off for everybody back there. But was actually found with a very severe infection in both of his eyes. It was affecting his ability to hunt, so when he was found, he was extremely thin. He was brought into the same rescue center as Cisco, where it was determined that that left eye was so damaged, the only option they had was to take it out. So this meant he does have limited vision, so he would have a hard time hunting for food and avoiding those sharks, so that's why he was deemed non-releasable. Now Cisco has also been deemed non-releasable, but so they found a home with us here in February of 2013 where they're doing great and don't have to worry about hunting for fish and don't have to worry about any predators. But now our newest member, Cash, is actually inside. He is 5 years old, so a lot younger. He was actually born in Oklahoma City, so he's actually taking a temporary vacation from Oklahoma City when they get ready to rebuild their exhibit. So he's going to be with us for the next few years while they're rebuilding that. So he was actually born there, so nothing, no injuries or anything like that. Good. The only difference between him and these guys is he is quite a bit smaller right now. And darker than Cisco, but similar in color to Reyes. Good. Now these two, well, all of the ones that we have are California sea lions. They are found off the west coast of the United States. Good. So you can find them as far south as Baja, Mexico, pretty much all the way through California, up into southern Oregon, and even potentially Washington and southern British Columbia. So they do have quite a big range. And they're very common out there on the west coast. Good. And there are other seals though that are out there as well. So seals and sea lions get mixed up pretty much every single day. Good. There's a few main differences though. The first one, if you get a nice close view, and you can see their head. Good. You see those little ear flaps sticking out on the side? That is a sea lion. Sea lions have external ears called pinnae. Seals do not. They only have internal ears. So there's nothing sticking out on the side, just a little pinhole right where that ear would be. Good. Sea lions also have very large front flippers. Good. Like those. Good. And they can rotate those back flippers underneath them and get their bellies up completely off the ground. So they can walk on all fours. They can go forward. They can even go in reverse. Good.
That's an otter. That otter seal.
Little galloping there, but Grace is a little bit quicker and better at that. Good. Now seals, they look very different out of the water. They've got really short front flippers. You can't rotate those back ones. So what does a seal look like, Cisco? Yep, just like this. Out of their bellies, and then they scoop like a caterpillar. So they're a lot slower when they're moving around out of the water. Good. Now they do swim differently as well, and it is based on those flipper sizes. So sea lions will use those large front flippers to pull themselves through the water. Good. And then the seals use those back flippers, and they move on side to side like a fish. So pretty much opposite of each other. Good. Now for Cisco and Reyes here, they are doing a training session. And we use a method of training here at the zoo called positive reinforcement. Sounds really complicated, but as I promise, it's really, really simple. If they do something right, they're going to be rewarded. So for Cisco here, if I ask him to roll over, and he did not do that, he just decided to lay down. It's okay, things happen, not a big deal. We'll just turn him back up. Okay. Good, we'll try again. There we go. I'm going to let him know we did that right by saying the word good, and then I'm going to give him his fish. Now since he made a mistake, it's okay, we just pause, try again, nothing else happens really. Good. If he does it right, he definitely gets lots of fish. And that's the main reason we do all of our training here, is so we can take better care of them. Good. So simple behaviors like that position,
Daddy, you like a big bad shark.
Or more simply, helpful. So for Cisco here, we definitely want to monitor his scars, see how that's doing. We can look over his back, see if there's any new bumps, scrapes, cuts. Good. That we might need to look at. We can look at their bellies by having them roll over. Good. Let's go. We can even give him some eye drops. Now for Cisco, it's not quite as important but Reyes, it is, since he only has one eye. We want to make sure it stays healthy. Good. Very nice, buddy. He does pretty well. So Reyes does get medicated eye drops every single day, multiple times a day. Cisco can get eye drops too. And we just make sure his are more preventative to prevent any future issues. But he does just fine. We can also look at their mouths, see their teeth and gums. Good. What colors are those teeth in there? Are they black? Good. Now sea lions are actually not born with black teeth. They do turn black over time because they do not have enamel on their teeth. Good. So their fishy diet and all the bacteria in their mouth will slowly turn it black. Good. So Cisco and Reyes at 11 and 12 do have plenty of black teeth. Cash at 5 years old still has some white teeth, but his are starting to turn black, especially in the back area there. Now we can make sure they stay nice and healthy by brushing them every single day. Very simple. Now I'm not going to change the color of their teeth. I'm just going to make sure the gum area is nice and clear. Good. Now as Cisco and Reyes get bigger, it is going to be a little bit more challenging to work with them for some of their behaviors. So we like to try to get what we can through these positive reinforcement and training aspects. So laying in this position, we can get some x-rays. So we can hold the machine over Cisco's flippers. We can look at everything there. But we can maybe even do some ultrasounds. And one day we're going to be able to do a blood draw. We are working towards that. So we can do all of those checks voluntarily, good, and not have to put them under anesthesia. Now we also want to make sure they get their workouts in every day. First sea lions out in the wild, that would be hunting for fish and be avoiding those predators. They're just being very playful off the coast. Good. Right here, where our sea lions don't really have to work too hard, although Cash is definitely making Cisco and Reyes a little bit more of an effort since he has quite a bit of energy. I'm going to send Cisco to maybe find something. Sorry. Let's try that again. We'll try something else, bud. So maybe try a sinking ring here. See if he can go find that. I'm going to toss it down to the deep end. He's going to go hunt for it, just like he would a fish. So he's going to use his great eyesight and sensitive whiskers to find that ring and bring it right on back. Hopefully. It's a little chilly. I don't really feel like swimming today. Nice job, buddy. The only difference with this is he will gladly give this back to me. If it's a fish, just like that, he's swallowing it right down whole. He does not chew his food at all. Done. Now we might have some other fun things to do here at the zoo, but you know what? We want to make sure you guys are left with a very important message. We use lots and lots of plastic bottles, products every single day. So we want to make sure we're doing a great job at helping keep our environment clean. And something like this is not right. Correct, Cisco? Good. Yeah, I should have thrown your bottle in there. I should have put it somewhere else. Super simple, easy to do. We have lots of bins around the zoo to help us out with that. But recycling. By recycling, we can ensure that those plastic products actually don't make it their way out to the ocean. But we can use new ones like this frisbee here. Good. Made from recycled plastics. You know what? That toothbrush is actually made from recycled yogurt cups as well. So it is a little bit more sustainable too, and good for our environment. Now I know we're starting to get low on our fish here, so we're going to be wrapping up in just a moment. If you guys do have any questions, feel free to stick around. And if not, enjoy the rest of your afternoon here at the Tulsa Zoo. Bye-bye, everyone.